You are insignificant. If someone told you that, you'd most likely be offended at best. Yet in the grand scheme of things, we humans truly are just tiny blips in the vast majority of our universe. Now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine this. Imagine going back a long time ago into the past and seeing one of our most beloved astronomers, Aristotle, stare up at the sky, thinking. Among there, swirling in his thoughts, he thinks the Earth is the center of our universe. Now, you're probably wondering how such a smart and intellectual human being can't see the obvious. Yet I can assure you, the humans of the future will probably be thinking the same about us. In the future, we look towards expanding our horizons, towards better space development, and even living in other solar systems or planets. Yet, we're also so busy with our lives and our day-to-day activities that we don't see the one thing uniting us all, and the one thing our legacy truly relies upon. So, as a little roadmap, or I should say star map, of this talk, we're first going to talk about our Earth, where we look at the past astronomical discoveries. And later, we're going to take a stroll through our solar system, where we look at the discoveries of our present day. And finally, we're going to go into the Andromeda Galaxy, where we look at the discoveries we haven't yet discovered. Space is such a constant and intangible thing, yet I find we truly don't appreciate it as a whole, whether it be our uninterest or just our daily lives in the mix. I want to leave you all with a fascinating experience. So, let's analyze our ground zero, our base, Earth. What happened in past astronomy? Well, when we think of olden day astronomy, we often tend to think of some geeky astronomer, maybe Aristotle or Galileo, gazing up mystically at the sky, often jotting down notes here or there. But what we don't realize is that these old people of the past paved the foundations for modern day astronomical feats. But what do we consider modern? Let's backtrack a bit and talk about this. The Apollo space mission to the moon was a significant development in space exploration, depending on the fact that we put a literal human being on a celestial body other than our Earth. The people at that day found that astounding. I find that astounding. But is that considered modern? For our purposes, let's consider that as not modern. Or in other words, the last 5 years of space exploration is considered modern. So, going back into the past, we tend to see these olden day astronomers as a bit self-centered. I mean, if Copernicus proved anything, is that 1, we were not the center of the universe, and 2, we were self-centered. But we persisted through those discoveries. We kept making more discoveries, more to the point where we made so much new discoveries that we could see faraway objects that we can't even imagine traveling to. So, we kept persisting, and then we made more discoveries, like I previously mentioned. And now, let's go into the present. So we've reached our solar system. What exactly is going on in contemporary astronomy? Well, NASA has developed powerful supercomputers capable of simulating situations. And if I wanted to take, for example, moon dust from our very own moon, I could do so without actually having to make the trip from myself. Or if I wanted to travel to Neptune and analyze all the risks, damages, everything associated with it, including the resources I would need, the things I would need to gather, and the time and effort I would need to put, I could do all of that without having to sacrifice a single human life. Also, scientists have discovered how to record the sounds of black hole mergers. And they claim this may give us insight to our origins in the universe. Now, this is all out of depth, and I encourage you to research it more on your own. But the vastness and the amazingness of space is truly quite intriguing. Now, we're going to delve into the actual astronomical feats. So I find there are so many astronomical feats out there, and I would love to keep talking more about them. But the problem is, there's so much. It just keeps growing. As I speak on stage here right now, the list is still growing. There's still more being made, and the processes discovered just keep growing. From moving to Mars, to our very own moon, to the biodiversity we have right here on planet Earth. All of that is growing, changing, and evolving. So, we've reached Andromeda, our own galaxy, or our nearby galaxy. So, what is going on, and what does the future hold for us? The future, as we predict it with our current day technologies, is rather bleak. Saturn, one of our most beloved planets, known for its distinct rings, won't be known for theirs thereafter. Yes, as a matter of fact, Saturn's rings will vanish. Our current day stone monuments, Stonehenge, the Colosseum, the Acropolis, and much more, all of them will erode with time. And our sun, the one that sustains and gives Earth all its life and glory, will turn into a red giant, consuming both Mercury and Venus, leaving Earth in its destruction. And finally, our very own human civilization, our race, will go extinct in the nearby future, billions of years from now. But I didn't tell all of this to you to make you lose hope. As a matter of fact, those same scientists predict that we're probably going to be moving to different planets, maybe even different solar systems. We will still keep persisting, and we'll make more discoveries. Now, before I move on, I'd like to ask you all a question. Am I the only one who binge watches astronomy videos about how the human civilization's gonna die? No? Just me? Well, this may seem like a depressing topic for a 15-year-old to be watching on YouTube. I find the thoughtfulness and uniqueness of space as a quite intriguing subject. It makes me feel like I know nothing about everything, and the fact that I really am just a tiny blip in the universe. But the one thing it makes me question and wonder is if the actions I take today, the things I say, and the stuff that I do really make a difference or an impact. So while this entire speech may or may not have been me trying to earn back your favor after insulting you, the thoughtfulness and uniqueness of space is quite an intriguing subject. Yet, according to the FHE Health, 3 in 5 people who report working 50 to 59 hours per week report feeling overworked. I understand, we have our daily lives in the middle. We might deal with loss, grief, or just the general stress of life itself. We might be a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, or a friend to a friend. We might be dealing with very harsh circumstances, such as raising your kid by yourself. Or you might just be going through a difficult move. But the one thing that can and will unite us all in the future, the one thing that's the most constant thing in your life, and the one thing that matters but doesn't matter at all, are the cosmos. So it is sad to say that you are insignificant to a certain extent. The actions that you do, the things that you say, and the stuff that you will or cannot do will make an impact or will not in the future. And that one thing you did in 5th grade, that one embarrassing thing, will disappear and you will die. But isn't that the most beautiful thing about human nature? The fact that we make mistakes, the fact that we strive to learn more, even knowing all of this, the fact that we try to grow and expand our ideas and knowledge, even though we know that we are not meaningful. That's human nature. That's who we are. And the fact that we do that will push us toward the future and the horizons beyond. So, whether you're on a break or whether you're just relaxing, going out for a walk, just take a few seconds out of your day and just look up. Look up at the sky. Thank you.